Ladies and gentlemen, the visionary wellness people, the wealthy wellness coaches, healers, practitioners out there in the world, I am so excited to introduce to you a colleague, someone that I've been watching from afar and admired for quite some time. Her name is Ruth Sherman, and Ruth is going to talk to us today about the importance of video for our small business success. If you are not aware of the fact that video is super important and how people get to know, like, and trust you really quickly, you are living under a rock. It's time to move the rock away and tune in to what Ruth has to say. Ruth, please introduce yourself and tell people why you are here with me.
I am so happy to be with you, and I want to say hello to everybody out there in TV land, because that's what it's really become, Greg. We're in a situation where anyone in any business has the facility now to create their own TV show. And it's an amazing leveling of the playing field. Just a little bit about me. I am a CEO and celebrity speech and media coach, but you do not have to be famous to work with me.
Thank goodness.
So, yeah, exactly. I love working with small businesses. I love, showing them the magic of video, how incredibly powerful it is, and how to look and sound like a pro on camera. Because you were saying a moment ago, just the idea that it's a connection thing, being able to connect. We are wired to connect face to face, and people in your community, the health and wellness community, know this better than most. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I was just wondering, there are so many questions I want to ask. I hope we'll have time for all of them, but we were talking about face-to-face encounters and the know, like, and trust factor. How do we make a video count in terms of when we can't be in front of people in a room next to them? What's the most important thing about doing a video that connects?
The most important thing about video, or the way to connect best with video, is to do the kind of thing that we're doing right now, which is to put your face, your own self, right in front of the video, and to speak to your people in a way that shows them that you care about them, that you have their best interests at heart, that you are giving them information that they can't get from any other source. Now look, we both know that in most businesses, yours and mine included, there's nothing new under the sun. And I say that take that with a grain of salt. Of course, there are new things that happen. But except for technology and science, there's really everything else. It's very competitive out there. But if you put yourself in front of video, it establishes that know, like, and trust factor, as you mentioned before, immediately. Mm-hmm. People are, as I said before, wired to communicate face to face. And we've been relegated to the desert of written communication for the past 15 years, right? Email, IM, text. And I believe, this technology and the growth of it over the past 3 years, really, it's been miraculous. That the growth of it has really been as a result of people wanting to have that ability to read somebody's facial expression, to listen to the tone of their voice, to see if they really mean what they say. And it's an emotional thing, and it's almost an unconscious thing in many ways. So this is a fantastic way I think, for people to connect.
Ruth, you're such a natural. For those people that are thinking, well, but I'm not like Ruth. I'm not full of charisma. How do I do videos, or should I not even do them?
First of all, there's no mystery to charisma. There's no mystery to it at all. We know it when we see it. So let's just stop for a minute. What do we see when we see somebody who's charismatic? We see them speaking in a certain way. We see them moving in a certain way. We see them making eye contact and smiling and looking like they're really enjoying meeting somebody, helping somebody, connecting with that person, and did I say helping that person yet? They look like they're into it. And, we can point to public figures who are charismatic. Bill Clinton, certainly. Oprah Winfrey, two great examples. Steve Jobs, people, according to his bio, he was kind of a jerk, but he sure knew how to connect with people on stage. Yes. He would cultivate a tribe of diehard fans. He didn't have customers. He had fans.
That's true.
There are different styles, and everybody has it. I have seen people who are quadriplegics, quite honestly, who in their wheelchairs with their apparatus are charismatic speakers and communicators. So
do you think it comes from, is it just ignoring the idea that it's your face that you're going to see? And, I think sometimes we get afraid of what it might look like and how it's not going to sound and this and that.
Yep.
Is there something that people should just keep in mind, like just get in front of the camera and be yourself? Is it that simple?
It's not simple. It's not simple, and I don't want to lead people to believe that it is. And there are some people who are going to be better at this to begin with than other people, but these are skills that everybody can get. Let me fill you in on something.
Okay.
Every celebrity I have worked with, every client that I have worked with, including my Oscar-winning celebrity clients, hates the way they look on camera.
Oh, funny.
Bar none. It is a universal
Wow.
feeling, yeah. So I want to throw that out there because I think that people find that very comforting.
It's very comforting.
I find it comforting.
Yeah.
When we look at ourselves on camera, it's like seeing yourself for the first time. It's a reverse image. We're very accustomed to seeing ourselves in a mirror in a certain way. Our hair is parted on a particular, but when we see ourselves on video, it's like seeing yourself again for the very first time. It's like seeing
so
a stranger.
Yeah.
So we have to get our brain and our eye, when we look in the mirror, have already learned to correct for all of the facial flaws and asymmetries we all have, and we all do. And then when we see ourselves on camera, we just have to have our brain and our eye get to work on that too, and that takes time. You've got to do it. It's learned by doing. It's learned by doing. So my what I always say is GOI, get over it, and GID, get it done. Get it done. Do 5 videos right in a row. Look at them. Nobody else has to see them. But if you look at them after the 5th one, your eye and your brain will already have begun to correct. And look into the lens. We talked about that before we did this conference, right, Greg? I mean, it's the idea that we have to, if we're tempted to look at our own beautiful faces or look at the person we're speaking with, but unfortunately, the webcam people haven't figured out a way to put that webcam right on the person's face. So they should, but they haven't. So look into the lens. That's where your audience is. Really connect with them there.
Okay. And I would have to say that for people that are thinking, I don't have a video camera, I don't know how to use my iPhone, I've heard that people do that. We are in 2 separate places, 90 miles apart or more, and yet it looks like we're in the same room, and I'm using my laptop, and I think you're using your laptop. A little bit of, an app here and there, and that's as easy as it is. And for one person doing a video, all you need is a decent laptop with a decent camera, a mic if the sound isn't good. Is that right?
That's right. And most of these, the computers that have their webcams built in, like yours does, like mine does, have a decent enough mic that you don't even need an external mic. I am using an external mic. I just want to show it to everybody.
Okay.
And that's just because I've advanced to a point where I like the sound, and I'm I'm picky about it. So I like it. But honestly, if I didn't use a mic, and it doesn't pick up the echo in my room, and I don't have carpet in this room, so, it really depends on the room. But I had used my webcam without a mic for many years, and it's just fine. And everybody's got the equipment already. You have a smartphone, like you mentioned. You either have a smartphone or you've got a webcam. And even the external webcams, the ones that plug into a PC that does not have an internal mic, webcam on the PC or laptop, good, really good. And they have good mics too, high definition. And I got to tell you, no woman would ever have invented high def. But it's one of the things that you have to get over.
That's so funny.
It is. It's true. So yes, we have the equipment, and we were talking too about lighting. Daylight is best. So if you can position your laptop in front of a window, then the light floods on your face and makes it just makes you look great. It's the most flattering light. But if not, take a desk lamp, take the shade off, and just put it on high, because Yep.
Here's the example. The lampshade had to come off in order for me to be lit well, because it's kind of a gloomy day out here in the Hamptons.
Yeah, and it's gloomy here too. And, in Connecticut, across the Sound, I think I'll wave to you, and that's really all you need. Just what you've got around the house or around your office. You've already got what you need.
Do you have any tricks I was at a workshop with a person teaching public speaking, and she had a few tricks for how to project, when your voice should sound, teach us a little bit of something that would give me an advantage of making my first or second video if I'd never tried this before, so that I sound kind of happy and I project. Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there is. It's called vocal variety and vocal expression. And You know what it's really called? And again, I bet that the folks in your community, in the health and wellness community, can relate to this better than most. It's energy. It is energy. This is a very good question. People ask it of me all the time. How do you keep your energy so high? How come you always look so happy? It's like, if you think that I'm thrilled to be there every single time,
Yeah.
not always. There are times when I've just gotten a call with bad news, or I'm just like tired, or I'm not feeling so well. But I know I have to shoot a video that day. And I know that my audience doesn't want to see me in a bad mood, and they don't deserve that. They don't deserve it. They deserve me at my best.
Yes.
And that is really the way you have to think. What is you at your best? Maybe you ramped up a few times. For everybody, it's different. Some people need to ramp up their regular personality 10 times. Other people might need to do it 5 times. But it is a performance. You are in performance mode, but that doesn't take away from the substance of what you're saying. The performance mode, the nonverbal aspects of our performance, the way we look, the way our voice sounds, that projection you were talking about, is really about power and energy. And it is the only way that we have to give our words meaning. It is the only way that we have.
True. So, we've all seen speakers that present in a very flat style. We lose interest pretty quickly.
We do. We lose interest. They tend to do a data dump. They stand behind a podium.
Yes.
Or they're on camera and they look, like they don't want to be there. They look like they'd rather be anywhere but.
Anywhere but, yeah.
And that's the wrong thing to convey. Because if you don't want to be there, neither will your audience want to be there.
Yes.
But this is something anybody can do. And the other thing too, Greg, I've been doing public speaking and presentation skills coaching and training for many years now. I've seen it all. I have seen it all. People will not do the video. Most people will not do it. I know all of your people will, but most people won't. And that means that there is an opportunity so big you can drive a truck through it. Okay, just like I've seen over many years, even CEOs of top, big global corporations who know they have to be able to communicate well, get out there, do keynotes, to get that kind of recognition, refuse to put the time in to get really good at that, to get really good at it. They won't do it. They think it's fluff.
That's so interesting.
It's so interesting. And so I'm a missionary for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that is the zeal with which I feel it.
Yes.
That this is simply something that in today's competitive world, it is such a huge opportunity, and no one will take advantage of it. Virtually no one.
Well, why don't we change that? Because honestly, when I go to a website nowadays, or even a sales page for something, I'm much more inclined to stay there and or read if there's a video. So how important do you think a homepage video is for people?
I think it's super important, important. And in fact, people are 3 to 5 times more likely to stay on a homepage or open an email with a video in it.
Oh, wow.
Than the other way around. I have seen my email, my e-zine open rates skyrocket since it became routine for me to add a video every single week. And so I use that example because it's like, sometimes it's like, oh my God, it's Friday again. I have to shoot another video. Just shoot me. And, but I do it because I see the results of it. The results are amazing. And so it is huge. On YouTube, there are 4 billion plus views per day.
Wow.
Per day. You can't ignore it anymore. And I don't know if this is something that just came to me. Google Plus has integrated YouTube and live streaming so that you can actually, using Google Plus, we're using Skype right now, which is great, with a little add-on for the Mac called Call Recorder, just so everybody knows that. For the PC, it is Telecorder. That's the app.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's cool. Anybody who wants to know any more about that can just reach out to me. But for Google Plus, I just tested it the other day. You can shoot video like we're doing now and live stream it on YouTube.
Wow.
Oh, it blew my mind. it takes a lot to blow my mind.
I'm sure it does.
Well, with this stuff, it does, because there's always something wrong with a video platform. If you want to do a webcast or a webinar, or even if you go to meeting or WebEx, or
yes,
there's always something missing from those for me. But this Google seemed to have figured it out finally, and it's free. It's free. So, they need to be out there doing it. So here's another question I get a lot. I get the question is like, I don't know what to say. What do I say? And I want to say to everybody out there that you guys all know so much that you could make 5 videos right now and probably 10.
Yes, absolutely.
You want to keep your videos short, at least until you gain followership. So come up with a list of frequently asked questions and answer them on a video, a minute and a half.
Great idea.
The second great content tip is to tell your secrets or your information that people really want and need, secrets or tips. And then the third one is to take the vocabulary of your niche. And again, coming back to the health and wellness community, I think that this is a great place because people don't understand a lot about health and wellness. They certainly don't understand some of the terminology. Yeah. Take the phrases, the terminology unique to the niche, and define them. Put a sentence or two of definition next to each one and shoot a quick video.
That's a great idea.
What do you think the challenges are for people in the health and wellness world?
One of the main things that I've been working with is how to differentiate themselves, because there is a flood of people that are coaches and get certified and things, and sometimes, especially when people are starting out, they don't feel that they are different in any way. And of course we all are different, and we have my way of expressing the same information as somebody else is not going to be the same. And I think what you're saying is that video could help create that uniqueness or have the perception of what's different just because the person is unique in themselves.
That's it. We are it's like a fingerprint, Greg.
Yeah.
There is as much charisma out there as there are people on the planet. Do you want to harness it? Do you want to use it? Do you want to find it, apply it, learn it, and throw it out there? That equates to some risk for a lot of people. But I would say go for it.
I'm all for the go for it thing. That's I love the people that will step up and go for it, even if it's not comfortable initially. The other thing I find people say, I don't write well. I have to write my homepage. I don't write well. A sales page, I don't write well. I can guarantee you when coaches are thrilled and in their passion about their work, they can speak well about what they do. So yet another reason to get that video camera going and like you said, do 5 videos, get used to seeing your face. In the beginning, I'd write a script, I'd throw it away, I'd practice, and I'd watch it and say, maybe too much of that, a little bit less of that. And again, just practicing, and you eventually get comfortable with the fact that you're staring at a little camera lens, et cetera, et cetera. But I could always just hold forth about what I wanted to teach people. And so I think if you don't write well, that's okay, speak.
That's right. And remember that speaking and writing are different. They go to different areas of the brain. Now, not everybody is a fluent speaker. When I say fluent, I'm not talking about people who are not native speakers of any particular language, but not everybody is as good as transferring their thoughts to their mouth. I'm not very good at that. I have to practice. And so I want everybody to know out there that the videos that they see on my YouTube channel, which if you want to go and see some examples, go way back, by the way, to the beginning and see some of the not so good videos that I did that are still up there. Every video up there I had to do several times with very few exceptions. There may be a handful, maybe 5 that, I did in 1 or 2 takes. And that was only after doing it for a couple of years. So, get over the fact that, don't let it derail you. I guess that's what I want to say. Don't let it derail you if you say, oh my God, this is the 10th time I'm doing this. It's like, I feel your pain. You will get better at it.
Yeah.
There are people who can just hold forth, like you said, and do it in 1 or 2 takes. And it's like, oh, I hate those people, but I admire them. But that's not me. And that's not a lot of people. In any event, practice is what gets you to Carnegie Hall.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Now, if somebody wanted to get some training in video, there are so many online offers. But what about being in a room with somebody like you? Do you do live workshops and help people?
Well, you are so nice to ask. I actually have a live event coming up that I am bringing to Washington D.C. to that area, actually Metro D.C., called Charisma: Presentation to Profit. One day to command the stage, conquer the camera, and cash in on your charisma. And what we have done is I did this in New York in May, in New York City, to a full house. It was a great response, and so it made sense to bring it elsewhere. And it is going to, again, a full day. We start at 9 in the morning. The content begins at 10. The show begins at 10, and I'll be there teaching all about on-stage and on-camera presentation until 4 p.m. So I would love to have your people there. If they're interested, we still have a few seats left.
Good.
We have a few seats. It's the 2nd of November. It's a Friday. A great time to be in the D.C. area, I think, because it's right before Election Day.
Yes.
And what I'd like to tell people to do is to go to charismatheevent.com/Gregory Anne. Okay, so it's charismatheevent.com/Gregory Anne, which is where you'll find all the information and you'll be able to register. And I also want to offer a special price. This is the ticket price is very low. It's $97, and you can bring a guest for that amount of money. But I would also like to offer an extra incentive for people to come, because I know some people have to travel. And and we have a hotel there, the Hilton, right next door, $89 a night for that's available through the 19th. It's a lovely hotel. But anyway, I do want to offer an extra incentive. So if they use the coupon CPP79, they will get the price for $79, and they can bring a guest for that same price. So,
wow.
I just want to put it out there, and the website again is charismatheevent.com/Gregory Anne.
With an E.
With an E. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Just like your website. Like your website. But Greg, I know I'm going to see you soon, but I would like to offer another bonus to your community as well, and they will also be able to get that by going to that same website. So
great!
Yeah.
Wow, you're very generous. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And I was thinking,
Thank you.
A friend is a great way to get you started with video, is to have somebody there who learns the same things you do, and you can hold each other's feet to the fire about when you're going to start the video process, when you're going to put it on your homepage if you haven't already. And for people that have a homepage video and they thought, well, good, now that's over with, Ruth just said that her email open rate has gone way up since she started including videos. So now is not the time to go, I'm done with that. Now's the time to say, what else can I do? How can I serve my people? Because we're really serving people. It's not just about making videos, right?
That's right. It's totally about serving people. You've got to kind of get your own head out of your own self in order to make that happen. Just like what I'm sure you advise your clients to do every single day, and what my business coach advises me to do every single day. It's not about you, Ruth. It's not about you. We want you to be happy and we want you to do well, but we want you to serve your clients. That's number one. And so, yes, absolutely. You remind me that the key here is consistency. Because not only do you want to shoot the videos, but once you upload them to YouTube, and by the way, if you don't have your channel yet, do that. Make sure you have a channel. A YouTube account. That's just their way of saying an account. But putting your videos up there consistently, whether it's once a month, twice a month, once a week, whatever it is, that's the trick. Just like getting your e-zine out, or the way you get recognition is that you put it out there regularly, so people expect it on a certain day, and then if they don't get it, they wonder, where is it? And that's the same thing, because it's not only about getting the message out there to your clients, but it's about getting those views. And so there's a whole nother thing about video marketing that we don't have time to go into today, that I'm really not an expert in anyway, but I'll be covering a little bit of that in the live event too. So that's another thing we can think about and
That's
have
great.
some fun with. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about your event, and
Thank you.
yeah, I think it's going to be great. And you are the epitome of charisma. Just speaking to you on this video interview, it comes from deep within you. And I think you said earlier on in the video, anybody can learn to bring their energy forth. They may not call it charisma, they can call it whatever they want. But the bottom line is, whatever your authentic person is, energized, is what Ruth is going to be teaching about at her workshop, I believe. And if you can't make the workshop, make sure you watch some of Ruth's other videos, because you do have information that people can get on your YouTube channel that is important and helpful.
Absolutely. And, I'm willing to talk to anybody. So I love talking on the phone too. I think video is king, and we can do a Skype video conference like we're doing now, Greg. But,
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to give me a call can do so. They can contact you for that information.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
it's on my website. RuthSherman.com is my main website. So lots of good stuff there too. So, but yeah, I encourage everybody to go after it and make this happen, because video is king. Video is king.
And don't forget what Ruth said. Many people will not do this. When we see an opportunity, we have two choices. We can take it, even if it's scary, or we can walk by and maybe it wouldn't have been so bad, but a year down the road, we might say, oh my goodness, why didn't I get started with this? Look at all the other people that are doing what I do, that have had their videos up forever. And so, as a way of distinguishing ourselves from the crowd and getting our message out and serving our people, that's why I brought Ruth over, that's why I brought you over here, the lines, just to get this message to the people that I serve, because my whole goal is to help people be successful, and as a group we can help change the way the world does food and health, and that is so important to me, and I know it is to my people. So thank you so much for your time, Ruth. Is there anything you want to give us to close us out with, or you think we've covered everything? Or?
What I want to say is that there's still time to do video. There's still time, going along with the idea that most people won't do it. Mm-hmm. At the same time, according to Cisco, by 2015, 90% of all online traffic will be video traffic.
Wow.
So it's almost 2013.
Yeah.
So, look, there's still time, but now's the time.
Yes.
Now's the time.
Now is always the time.
Now is always the time. It is.
There's no other time.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great, Ruth, and I really appreciate you taking your time to help my people understand the importance of video and bringing their uniqueness alive on a screen for people, for that know, like, and trust factor. It saves you time, people, rather than just always writing them things. They're getting bored with reading.
The pleasure is all mine, Greg, and I want to thank you, and I want to thank all of your listeners and readers and watchers for entertaining me.
Well, I will see you at Ree Perez's Brand Share event.
Look forward to that.
And in DC in a couple of weeks. So thanks again.
Fabulous. Fabulous.